pit exit is now open.
Pit lane now open. 60 minutes of practice as they roll out the VP Ultimate pit lane. Clear blue sky, next to no wind, very warm out there. Early summer's day at Mount Panorama, and welcome to our coverage. What a grand event this is.
Think about the guys that are massively different in size. Big lock-up. Oh, that was close. He got away with that one. Is that LeBrock's on board? I thought that...
I think you find it's Zach Best with the green light on, so the timing's got an error in there. I actually spoke to Zach before I came up to the comm box because he stitched together a nice effort yesterday. We both commented on it, and he made a little mistake right here at the elbow, and he said, I was just frustrated by locking that brake. Kind of got away with it, but he's settling in nicely.
That they put these cars on the track and they look good. They look particularly good this morning. The flow is beautiful. The composure and balance is exceptional. It's a 5-1. Now that's hotter and sunnier than yesterday, so that's a very good lap.
So watch this into Murray's corner. Little safety tap to bring the brake pressure up, flips the throttle to get it back to second gear, carries some brake into the corner and then squeezes 640 odd horsepower out of that corner in second gear and makes his run up pit straight.
I think that you had to deal, as George has had to deal with Mark Larkham technically. No wonder he thinks Brodie's a genius.
Yeah. Huh? It'd be a breeze.
Yeah, absolutely.
Zach Best on screen here, and that's been corrected. How's that for a number that he's just posted, a 2-minute 5.7?
You don't really look after those pieces of tin around here, especially because you treat them very, very savagely.
Yeah, but in a nice way.
Okay. That number, Thomas Randall, very good. So if you look at Courtney, who did a 5.36 yesterday, that's the fastest that he went yesterday. He was fourth fastest. And Randall's done a 5.42, so he's only 6/100ths slower than his teammate. So they form a very strong combination. We spoke about it yesterday. There's a lot more combinations in this field that are going to play a role in Sunday afternoon's result. Got a bit of front buffeting. It's one of the only Mustangs that I've seen that front air dam buffets. It flutters around under brakes in the bottom of the chase there, where maximum braking and ride height ends up rubbing on the ground, and there's a little bit of effect of the road surface on that too, but that's a nice job. Comes up with to third with a 5.3.
So checkered flag out, as you can hear in the background, but that'll be entertaining this afternoon, rock solid.
That's an impressive lap, LeBrock. Fastest last sector, 5.15. He's only 0.17 away in sixth from Shane van Gisbergen, and you're going to end up with a couple of others in this play. You might end up, as you said before, with Waters being the fastest. I reckon Waters might knock them all off.
Well, that first sector split was better than everyone else by a chunk. So here's the finish lap now for Tim Slade. Is there any improvement for Tim? No, 5.2. Didn't move, but he improved the time. So he stayed the same spot in the totem. Now, is traffic going to be a factor here for Cam? What was his mid-sector split? It was a personal best.
Pretty good.
Actually, he's only 1/100th away from Brodie over the top of the hill. Traffic won't be a factor here, although it might be a little bit of a visual distraction. He just locked the rear brakes a little bit into the final corner. This is going to get him right up into the party at the top of town.
Well done.
And to the very top. 2 minutes 4.7. That's a margin. 0.2 of a second now over Shane.
No doubt about that. Courtney comes up. 3 spots.
Brock Feeney just jumps up into the top 10 there, also in the background. So, personal bests in Sector 2 and 3 for Waters, but a sector best in Sector 1 for Cam Waters. Everyone's saving their best till last. So despite the warmth, still very, very speedy out there at the moment.
Davison's on a nice lap now. It's not quite there. It's going to improve him by miles because he's way down in 19th.
Yeah, won't be far away.
No, he's going to be up in sort of 6th or 7th, isn't he? Yeah, but it's a nice lap. The last sector wasn't quite as good, so he's actually come up 10 spots to 9th.
We'll have a good debrief, mate.
But they look strong, don't they? Cam Waters, look at the replay here. Absolutely beautiful to the apex and every little bit of road at the top of the curb. Watch this. That was the run through for David, but that is as wild as it gets.
Can't get much cheekier than that at the filming.
No way.
Or it'll end up turning left on you. But that was a beautiful job by Cam Waters. And so he topped practice 3 last year as well. He's just done it once again, although a little bit slower in this session by about 3/4 of a second compared to 2020. But that was an impressive lap. So now we've seen some 4s. And a little bit more scattered cloud beginning to build around Mount Panorama. There is a forecast for a possibility of a thunderstorm later in the day. It's been sultry in the past couple of days here. That was a fabulous session, particularly at the back end. Cam Waters getting the job done with a 2-minute 4.7 from Shane Van Gisbergen. He pulled the trigger just a little bit earlier than Mostert, Whincup and De Pasquale. You can dead set separate them by a cigarette paper. And then Courtney, followed by Brodie Kostecki, Jack LeBrock, Will Davis and Tim Slade. That's our 10. And then look how crazy tight that top 10 is, Mark. It's half a second from top end of town to the bottom of the top 10. This is going to prove how intense it'll be to get into that top 10 this afternoon. Everybody in those low teens, they're going to have to pull something pretty special out to be able to buy a ticket into the top 10 shootout. Well, it sets up a great story. Got more practice to come later on this afternoon, then qualifying late today, all setting up for the top 10 shootout tomorrow.